All right, I'm gonna go over my Bitcoin and Ethereum thoughts with you guys right now. It's fairly simple, pretty easy to understand. I hope you get something out of it. And if you do, give the video a like, I would appreciate it. So what we can see is that on the daily time frame, we are in an uptrend. So we are seeing higher highs, higher lows. And we recently made a new higher high. So ultimately, this is, and nominally, this is bullish. We are seeing an uptrend here. If we zoom out, there is another picture to understand, and that we are in a range. So this is basically a key resistance level here, which we can obviously drag down as we need to understand that we are just bouncing back and forth between resistance and support. And there is a possibility that this could be some type of deviation. This could be some type of resistance. We can even pop above, come back under. And, the possibility remains that we could test the yearly open or test that support at some point, maybe this year, within a year or so. That's certainly a strong possibility that I am considering and favoring. However, that should not necessarily affect our trading in this current moment, depending on how we're trading, day trading, scalping, shorter term. I'm not a swing trader. I am a short-term trader, day trader, scalper. That's my trading strategy. That's how I personally trade. So understanding the context that if we zoom out even further, we are still in a downtrend on the weekly time frame. The downtrend on the weekly time frame, lower highs, even if we come all the way up to here, we're still going to be in lower highs. So weekly, we are in a downtrend, but we are beginning to see some reversal structure here at the bottom, possible reversal to take out some new highs, maybe make some new highs. That's certainly a possibility. That could take some time, certainly. But what we are more concerned about is the immediate short term, the more shorter term picture. And we are still in an uptrend. But something very interesting to take note is that at this very level here, Bitcoin came to $31,000. This was in April and had since sold off for about a 20% correction. We've come up to this same very level and we are having difficulty break the $31,000 level to find acceptance above it. So this is an early warning sign for us traders, investors, however you want to call it, that this could be a potential pivot point. It could be a potential area where we could see some type of corrective move, or possibly this could be the top of this entire uptrend. Certainly possible. Whether that is possible, time will tell. So trying to guess it and figure things out far into the future is honestly, there's no point to it. It doesn't matter. Seeing possibilities and being aware of possibilities is the most important thing we can do, but that's not going to really affect our trading decisions in this current moment. So what we are seeing is a possible deviation under these highs. We are finding currently at this moment acceptance under this resistance. So that is, like I said, early signs of a possible reversal. What I personally am expecting, and this is quite likely, is that we could get some type of corrective move, probably down to like this region here, which is going to be around 20,000, 28,300. I am expecting this. And if this does happen, I will be looking to open long positions. I would be very happy if the price were to come down to this level. But any type of sweep of our current lows, if we take a little further zoomed in picture, any type of sweep of these lows, I'll be really looking, especially if we swing fail, find acceptance above this level, we come down here, find acceptance above here. That's when I'm looking to long. So I'm not taking any long positions right now. I have been shorting these pumps, mostly on Ethereum though, and just day trading, taking quick scalps, getting in and out, because the market is quite volatile in this compression zone. And ultimately what we are seeing here, if we zoom in here, is that Bitcoin is consolidating. So Bitcoin, although we are in a consolidation, we are consolidating at resistance. Consolidations at resistance will typically lead to actually a correction, to some type of pullback or correction. And we saw that actually at the $25,300 level right here. And I can give you some proof and examples of this. And we would consolidate here for many days and then we would sell off. Consolidate here for many days and then we'd sell off. And finally, the third time here, we consolidated for many days and then we actually broke through and continued the uptrend. So we are at a consolidation for many days here. If we take a look at the daily time frame, we can see that at this very level, about 5 to 6 to even 7 days at this very resistance level, currently unable to break it. Now, if we zoom in here, if we want to take a look at the inner market structure, what we are seeing is lower highs. Lower highs is also an early warning sign of a possible correction or a corrective move to the downside before we potentially continue going up. So this is what I am paying attention to. But also we can see that we are trapped in this very tight, we're not finding acceptance above it or below it in this very tight range here, which is around 30,800 all the way to around 30,000 exactly. So this is going to be broken very, very soon. And whichever way it is broken, there will probably be a strong move, whether it's to the upside or to the downside. And if we are bearish, another thing that we want to take a look at here is that Bitcoin between this range here, this is the range here, range high, range low, we are at the 50% fib level, and we are also, it's holding the price under resistance. The 50% fib level is a very important level for me to understand on a lower time frame if the price is going to make a move up or down. So finding rejection today under this level, starting to push down, especially with the altcoins, they are bleeding out pretty heavily, gives me an indication that we will probably get that corrective move before we actually take out these highs here or make new highs. I can be completely wrong, and at any moment, if they print some type of coins or whatever they want to do, we can obviously continue trending up higher. But if we are bullish, or if we want to take longs and we want to be bullish, we certainly want to find acceptance above this new high where the price consolidates, holds above, finds acceptance, and then we could be targeting further levels of resistance for the next moves. And the price targets can go all the way up to like 32,000, all the way to around 34,200. These would be kind of like the levels that I would be looking at if we find acceptance above the $31,000 level for possible price targets. And then obviously acceptance above here, we target even higher. I personally don't think that that is going to happen, but whatever I personally think honestly doesn't matter or make any difference to anybody, not even myself. So that doesn't even matter. If Bitcoin continues to reject the $30,500 level and we break under here and hold acceptance under the $29,500 level, I do think that we could be potentially testing the 28,000. The key level here that I've been watching for, 28,300. And then depending on what happens here, you know, if we break under, find back above, I'll be opening a long position there, so on and so forth. So these are kind of like my thoughts with Bitcoin. If we go over to Ethereum, it's a bit more clear. It's a bit more clear as the current range, Ethereum is now finding acceptance. At the moment, it can break above very quickly. We are finding acceptance under this support level, which is around 1861. It does look like it's going to try to attempt to bounce back above. Could be a possible deviation. Test the highs, maybe take new highs out. I don't know. We'll have to see. But ultimately, Ethereum is a bit more clear for me. It is a better short, in my opinion. If we take a look at BTC, we can see that it's just continually trending lower. And if we even zoom out a bit further, we can see that there's still a lot more room for this thing to find support. So Ethereum, in my opinion, humble opinion, is a better short. But if we zoom out here with Ethereum, I'm going to keep it fairly simple and not try to drag it on too long for Ethereum. We can see that Ethereum is still consistently in this downtrend, forming lower highs, lower lows, and we are still in a downtrend. Until we break this level here, which is around 1930, find acceptance above, then we could easily target the $2,000 region. We find acceptance above here, the $2,100 region and above. We could be looking for targets like that. But until that happens, there's no point to even talk about it. And something very interesting, which is a bearish trigger for me, I have been shorting Ethereum more so than Bitcoin, is that we did take out these highs here and we swept them, and now we're trading and finding acceptance under this resistance, which means that it's probably likely that we will continue the downtrend. What we want to see for Ethereum in order to be bullish and whatever, if we want to be longing Ethereum, I'm not going to be longing the dips on Ethereum, but I do think, unless I was scalping or just doing quick day trades, more so I want to see acceptance above like 1930 all the way to like 1940, somewhere in that region here. Find acceptance, the price holds above here, starts consolidating. I will be looking for longs, testing the $2,000 region. Nothing much, not that much, and obviously higher targets for that. If you got something out of this video, please give this video a thumbs up.